This nail clipper costs $3. This one costs $20. And this one costs over $100. They all do the same job, cutting dead keratin off of your fingers. So how can they be that different in price? This is episode 39 of Chasing Beauty, and today we're looking at why Japanese nail clippers feel so weirdly good. So the first thing is, nail clippers don't actually cut the same way. A cheap nail clipper doesn't slice. It crushes your nail until it breaks. When you press the lever, the jaws flex. The edges don't meet evenly, and your nail actually bends before it snaps off. That's why the cut edge feels kind of jagged. It's why the clipping launches across the room, and why the whole experience feels weirdly violent for something this small. So what's actually going on inside this thing? A nail clipper is a blade, a lever, and a spring. When you press the handle, force travels through the pin, down the upper jaw, and into the two curved cutting edges. In theory, those edges meet and shear the nail cleanly. But on a cheap clipper, this doesn't happen. The edges are dull, so instead of slicing, they wedge into the nail. And the blade alignment is sloppy, so one side crushes before the other side cuts. That's what causes the snap. What you want is a shear. To get that, you need harder steel, sharper edges, and tighter tolerances. This is where Japanese brands like Greenbell, Kai, and Seki Edge come in. A clipper like the Greenbell G1205 runs about $15 to $20. The stainless blade is high temperature hardened and sharpened twice. Some models like the 1200 are hand adjusted at the final stage. The blades meet cleanly and the nail actually shears instead of snapping. But there's a clipper that lives above all else, watching from the ivory tower. This is SUWADA. They're a small pair of precision cutters, each one handcrafted from forging to finishing. The steel they use is high carbon stainless, the same grade used for custom Japanese kitchen knives. They heat it to over 1,000 degrees and it gets forged under 400 tons of pressure. But the part that actually sets SUWADA apart is what happens to the blades. They call the technique aiba, the fitting of the two cutting edges. A craftsman polishes each blade by hand with sandpaper, adjusting the alignment down to the micron level. This is the hardest and most time-consuming step in the entire process, and it's been passed down from generation to generation. So look, is this ridiculous? Maybe. It's a $100 object for trimming finger material, but that's also what makes it so perfect.